Afternoon. We've got two substantive items on the agenda today, but first of all, can I welcome you all along to this meeting of Crieff Common Good Fund. Can I ask, first of all, are there any apologies? Kirsten?
No, convener.
No apologies, right. Secondly, declarations of interest. Do we have any?
Yes, convener, I have a declaration of interest on item 1 of the applications. I do volunteer work with the walking group that's involved in this one.
I'll say something as regards myself in a minute, but it's not a declaration of interest. But thank you for letting me know. And right, no other declarations of interest. Right. Move on to the minutes of the meeting of 4th of October 2021 for approval. Does anyone have any factual points to raise?
No, nothing from me.
Okay, can we approve the minutes?
Agreed.
All agreed? Right.
Agreed.
Thanks, Councillor Duff. Matters arising? There being none, we shall now move on to applications for financial assistance. Could I ask Lee Haxton to make any comments he wishes? There are two applications.
Thanks, Councillor Donaldson. Yeah, two applications, as you say. One for some resource funding from Richmond House, which is one of the skills that we have in the Strathearn area to support an event to celebrate some of the volunteering work that they've done over the course of the pandemic and lockdown. They're seeking a grant of £500, which constitutes about 3/4 of the full application, with the remainder coming from the Arnold Clark Community Fund. And the second application is from the Archaeological and Historical Society to cover the cost of purchasing a new laptop to support the work of the organisation.
Okay, first of all, on Richmond House, does anyone have that application? Does anyone have any comments to make? There being none, I think I would just like to point out myself, it's not a declaration of interest. I've actually been invited along to their charity walk on the 16th of December, and then there's going to be a lunch, and it's not just for the beneficiaries but also for the volunteers who are involved. However, I've stated that I will make, and this is before I actually received the papers for the meeting, I'm going to make a donation to cover any costs on my part. So I certainly would like to approve this application. Anyone got any other thoughts? Right.
Agreed. I'm happy, yeah, happy to second that.
Thanks very much. The second one is Strathearn Archaeological and Historical Society. As you can see, it's they've raised, they're looking for some £100, but they're actually asking of the Common Good Fund £500 for the purchase of a computer for admin work and conducting lectures and meetings online, which they have been doing over the last 1.5 to 2 years. Does anyone have any comments on this?
No.
There being none, I would just point out they've done quite a lot of work on their archaeological trail. There's also, they have a display in the campus library at present, which I think is very good and goes over their history over the last 50 years and all the work they've done locally. Okay, we approve that application as well. Okay.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Good. Right, we move on to item 6, the financial statement. And could I ask Donald Coyne to make 1 or 2 brief comments?
Thank you, Convener. Yep. This report is for noting and provides details of the income and expenditure for the fund to 26th of October 2021, and also includes the projected outturn for the financial year 21-22. So the position actually remains unchanged from the previous updates to committee. The projected surplus is £200 and the estimated fund balance at 31st of March 2022 is £12,701. So the projections assume full spend against the financial assistance budget. So at the moment we've committed £1,300, so there's £100 remaining for any applications to be considered at the meeting in February 2022. So happy to take any questions.
Are there any questions? There's an obvious comment to make. None. What I'm going to propose is, since the outstanding amount against the budget is only £100, that we don't in fact have a meeting in February. If that is agreed by people, and we carry that £100 over into the next financial year. If it's a large amount, I think differently, but it saves a bit of administration and such like. Can we agree on that?
Agreed.
Happy to agree.
Right.
Thank you.
Lee, you want to make a comment?
Yeah, thank you, Convener. I just wanted to ask if you're happy for us then to amend the information that's on the Grants Direct webpage to let people know that there wouldn't be a further round of Crieff Common Good funding within this financial year.
Yes, absolutely, yes, if you can do that, and just to save people applying. But obviously there will be another round in the next financial year, yeah. And that £100, if we can carry over into next year, it just makes good sense. Right, I think that's everything. Is there anything else people would like to ask? There being nothing further, I would just like to ask one thing. Well, it really comes out of the programme that's on TV recently, Who Owns Scotland? And it was in the back of a lot of it, in the back of a lot that Andy Whiteman, former MSP's done on common good funds. Could I ask Lee or Donald, would it be possible for members of this fund to actually get an inventory of the actual assets of the common good fund? Something I haven't seen for a while, and there are 1 or 2 parcels of land and such like. Would that be feasible?
Yeah, that would be feasible, Convener. I know that their legal colleagues are actually completing the review of the titles for all the former boroughs. So I'm aware that this will be produced in due course and actually presented to committee as well. So what I'll do is I'll get in touch with the legal colleagues and try and give you an indicative timescale for that to actually happen.
Because I thought that programme actually did raise a number of matters, for instance, places like Peebles and Carluke and so on. And so I think it would be useful to answer any questions as to the actual, obviously the main asset we have is fishing rights on the River Arn, but if there are other parcels of land, I think people should know. Yeah.
Yeah.
We agreed? Right. Okay. I think that's everything. Nothing else? Right. Well, just take this opportunity. I'm sure we'll be meeting one another again online over the next week, 10 days, but just to wish everyone indeed a good Christmas and a good New Year. And thanks for attending. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Convener.